Hey guys, my name is Sharvin from codecrafterscorner. In this video, I will show you 5 different points on how I am using AI, artificial intelligence, in programming. I'm sure by now you already know that we have ChatGPT and there are other models out there, and they all claim that they can do code generation or code completion. They can even write entire application. So today I will be showing you how I am using AI to my advantage when it comes to programming. So here I am on ChatGPT. You can go to chat.openai.com. You will need to create an account and then you will get access to ChatGPT. It is completely free. There is a GPT-4 model that is faster. It's claimed to have more creativity and advanced reasoning. You will have to pay $20 to upgrade in order to use GPT-4. However, the base model currently at GPT 3.5 is completely free to use. So on the left side, you will have your history of all the different questions or tasks you gave the AI to perform. To create a new one, just click on New Chat and then type in your question. So for example, you can say, what is programming? And the AI is going to go in and give you an answer. Now, one thing to note here is that if you ask the same question again, the AI will give you a different answer. It will regenerate the answer. Let's start a new chat. The first task I use AI for is for code explanation. Let me go to my GitHub page. And I have a project called list files and folders, which basically gives a tree structure of the file and folders on a particular drive. So if I were to open the file and let's say I am browsing or I'm doing some kind of code review and I don't want to read through all of this, I can copy, go to ChatGPT and just type in explain this code and give it the code, and ChatGPT is going to explain what the code does. You can even say explain line by line what this code does, or just give a short summary depending on what your prompt is. Right now I just said explain this code, but I could have also done summarize or tell me about the main points, and now it's going to go and just give me the main point of this particular project. The second task I use AI for is to get a blank canvas or to generate templates. When you start a Django project, there's always a certain number of files you need to create. Similarly, if you are doing a web scraping application, at the top there's always these imports. You need to create a response object, you need to create a soup object, and it's always the same thing. I can tell the AI to write a web scraping application in Python, and I want to use request and beautiful soup. The AI will go and write the template for me. I can take that and just replace it with the URL and it should work. Usually you will have some documentation tells you how to use it, features, and we have contribution and so on. If we take a look at the file itself, there is a function, and then we are using it down below. Let's say I want to write docstring for that function. I can again take the file, go to ChatGPT and just say write documentation for this code, and it's going to go and write the documentation for it. You may have to read through it and add or remove certain parts depending on the documentation itself. My fourth case is for refactoring or improving existing code. So let's take the same example, the list files and folders example. I give it to ChatGPT and I will tell it, is there any room to improve the code and refactor? And in this case, it is using os.scandia, which has better performance. So I may want to implement this, or I can just scrap it and say, maybe I don't want it. Listia works just fine for me. My fifth case that I will be giving to you today is about error handling and debugging. So again, I will give it the same code and I will tell it to check for errors. So at the top, it's telling us that the code is mostly correct, but there are room for improvement. Alright guys, so these were 5 of my use cases when it comes to AI, especially in the world of programming. Let me know what you use AI like ChatGPT for, and if you actually use these 5 use cases I've showed to you. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. If you want to support me, I will have a link to my Patreon page below. Thank you again.